But if you really want to flush those snipers out of the hedgerows, the bocage, then that meat chopper, as it was known, is the way to do it. Now, I'm really pleased this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm stepping back a little bit, that we've got a unique vehicle out today. The A34 Comet. Now, I've been waiting to see this one out here in just the same kind of way. The British tankies were waiting for the Comet during the war. This is the first of the British-built tanks that was capable of taking on something like a Panther or a Tiger on equal footing. The maximum armour, for instance, on the Comet is 101mm. That's exactly the same as the maximum armour on our famous Tiger 131. The gun she's packing is a cut-down version of the 17-pounder that was fitted to the Sherman Firefly and is capable of engaging and destroying a Tiger tank at 2 kilometres away. So a very impressive bit of kit. First designed to put on the drawing board in 1943, it took over a year to get them up and running, and because of the need to get a heavy British vehicle onto the battlefield that was capable of dealing with these big German tanks, a couple of corners were cut. There were some initial criticisms about the Comet, one of which, for instance, was the fact she's still got a bi-machine gun. The British clung to the use of a Czech-designed machine gun called a Beza, which requires a flat metal mounting to fit it. You can't fit it on sloped armour. So one of the criticisms was that by mounting the Beza on here, they couldn't slope the front armour. The other criticism was that the belly armour was a little thin, and given that the mines had become a major issue by the time the Comet was in combat, that was something which did exercise the mind. But the major criticism of the Comet was, where had it been? Where had it been throughout the war? If we'd had this in 1943, things would have been very, very different. It's an excellent bit of kit. Now, based on an existing design, the Cromwell, if you go to our tank story hall, you'll see the Cromwell there. Basically, the hull is almost the same as the Cromwell. It's got the same Christie running gear. Now, I'm going to get a bit sprockety now, I do apologise. Right, if you look at the running gear, you guys over here will see this as she comes round. The only wheel here that is powered is the toothed one, the sprocket wheel at the back. The engine takes power directly there, and that pulls the track around. The big wheels on the bottom here spread the weight of the tank, and on this particular vehicle, we've got return rollers. That's the big difference. If you go and look at its parent tank, the Cromwell, the track sits down on the top of the road wheels. On this one, because it's a much heavier vehicle, weighs in at 35 tons, it's a much heavier vehicle, we need return rollers to hold that track away from the running wheels. The wheel at the front, the idler, this is the kind of Goldilocks wheel. If you have your track too tight, there's a danger that you might break it. If you have it too loose, there's a danger it might come off when you go around corners. So the idler can be adjusted backwards and forwards to adjust the tension on the track. And interestingly enough, although this old lady weighs, as I say, 35 tons, she's exerting about the same ground pressure on the arena that I am. Most armoured vehicles spread their weight out to about the ground pressure per square centimetre of an adult male. So it allows the tank to travel across soft ground, across difficult ground, and this sort of thing. 5-man crew in there. Commander, gunner, loader operator, hull gunner, and driver. Right, so a very impressive bit of kit. I'm just going to get out this way. Now the Comet was rushed into service, as I said it earlier. There were a couple of shortcuts made. Shortcuts which were put right on its successor, which was the Centurion. And yet the Comet was a very, very capable vehicle. It was in British service in Hong Kong until 1960. So we got our money's worth out of it. Over 1,200 were built. That's almost as many as the number of Tiger 1s that were built by the Germans. So here's the Comet. This is a raw meter engine. Really impressive. Oh, at the back of the exhaust.
Nice.
I think that was good. You're not going to sneak up on anybody in a Comet, are you? Then a little pop at the back there.